Well, good evening, Kansas City. This is DJ E on a Sunday Sound Off. I feel like it's been forever that I did something like this with you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Please stick with me. I'm going to talk about a couple things tonight. You might be able to get something out of it, or you might be able to help somebody that you might see at a different level that you don't understand. And there's a lot of people out here we don't understand anymore, correct? So stick with me for a little bit. I will do my best to keep this short and possible and sweet. And you know what? You never know who we might be saving, who we might be keeping alive, and you know, who we might change. You never know. So I used to do these little blogs every Sunday night, probably for a good straight 5 years. I have a YouTube channel, and I have a whole collection of those videos on my YouTube channel, and I'll tag that here when I'm done on my socials. But first time doing this in a long time, and I come to you in a very positive mind, very excited and kind of tired a little bit because it's Sunday night and I just got on riding my bike and I'm sweating, excuse me, and I'm out here around some bugs and all that stuff in the middle of the summer. But I'm in North Kansas City tonight, and you can probably tell what fountain I'm at, right across the street from the Kia dealership in off Burlington right here, going up towards North Kansas City in the main part where you see Cascones, North Oak, and you can see downtown right behind my right ear there, kind of right there. So you know where I'm at if you're from here. So I want to talk to you tonight. A lot of people ask me questions all the time. So like, hey Eddie, DJ E, Edward, Eddie Joe, everybody calls me everything. E, how do you remain sober working in a bar? Like, how do you function living a life with dealing with suicide in your life and losing people to suicide in your life? I've lost multiple people to suicide. Let me just say that. So it doesn't get easy. It only gets more, I would say, more educational for me. I learn more every time, and that's a sad thing because I don't want to keep losing somebody to have a course in how to deal with this. I believe a lot of stuff with suicide and depression and anxiety starts with what we're doing to amp that or deal with it. With alcohol, for me, I had a huge anxiety issue. I dealt with depression. I came out of high school with, never really tasting alcohol, believe it or not. I didn't drink in high school. I actually didn't drink until I was 21. My 21st birthday, actually. Go figure. And I enjoyed it. I loved it. And so, fast forward into college and stuff, I always have been an anxious person. I don't do well getting up in front of people and reading from a book, or even sometimes just taking a microphone and speaking, believe it or not. If you know me, you know that I'm not very shy in person. But, sometimes it takes time for me to work to that. It takes time to me to get to that point. So, how did I stop drinking? How did I not want to take my own life back in 2009 and 10 and 11, which were some of the worst years of my life? Well, I'll be honest, it was finally when I found a program, a 12-step program. I went to rehab, I got sober, I relapsed, I messed up multiple times. I probably should have had 5 DUIs. I didn't, but I probably should have. And I probably should have had a lot of legal problems. I did have some, but with good faith, community service, and a good lawyer, you can take care of a lot of things in life, and you can have second chances, because everybody deserves that. We all deserve a chance to redo our life, to make ourselves better. And that's something that I wanted to learn, and I wanted to grasp. I didn't know how to. So I relapsed, being a stupid young 30-year-old, and it took me 3 years to really get to a point where A, I'm not going to take a drink, B, I'm not going to smoke any marijuana, and C, I'm not going to take a bar of Xanax every time I freak out. So I found out about a program called Alcohol Anonymous. I went to the church down in the plaza, 47th and Jefferson, and on the second floor, they have meetings every day from 12 o'clock, 6 p.m., and also 8 p.m. They only last exactly 1 hour. There's no entry or any money you have to pay to be there, just a willingness to want to do it. And I decided to try it. And I went, and you know what? I heard from other people. I listened to what other people had to say. And finally, I was able to, control my mind, control my anxiety, and figure out who I was and what I was. And so I still wanted to work in the bar district. I wanted to be a DJ still. I wanted to be a teacher like I am still. I wanted to do all these things, but I didn't want to have to depend on alcohol or marijuana to have to control that shaky feeling in your chest that you might get. So I had to learn a way of dealing with that. With, talking to my medical doctor, working through with my family, and dealing with some of the disaster that I created with alcohol, that I finally was able to find sobriety, and I gave these meetings a chance. Before you know it, I collected a couple months, and then it became 6 months. And you know what? That first 30 days was the hardest, I'll tell you what. And if you can at least give it a try, you're really doing something that a lot of people don't even try. Because sometimes people just get so frustrated and they get so lost at life that they just take it and they lose it. And they decide to swallow these pills, or take a gun to their head, or jump off of something, or do something we've all heard of somebody that's died of suicide, or some